the universe is just like this giant balloon. Well, that's kind of like the womb of the universe. And so then the universe was all this singularity. All of this energy was condensed to the most tightly wound vibrations of matter, which created this super dense singularity to the tiny, infinitesimally small of all these vibrations wound, and then it exploded into all of everything. And with that initial vibration, that initial word, or however it is you look at this house, what started the cosmos into action, it split all of these tiny little particles at a particle level down to pure vibration. Think of it like this braided rope that you know, with all these twines wrapped around each other that make ropes that then braid together and make these other bigger ropes all the way up. All that unwound all of a sudden into the most split apart vibration of energy and space, and spread out this balloon and expanded this balloon all the way out. And so we had hydrogen, all these fine little particles of vibrations of these threads all spread out, and that balloon expanded and then got full, and then they brought it back together, because that's how balloon gravity works. And it brought it all back together, and then it all wound together and exploded back out again. And all those vibrations had come together and wound back up a little bit and exploded out, and some of them stayed together a little bit. And now you got a couple twines of rope that are tied together. So you got hydrogen and you have helium. And so now that all expanded in the balloon, but not quite as far, about a Fibonacci type of ratio, as far from that phi of that flattened balloon as there was. And so then it expanded all out, and then it came back together, and then it wound all together again a little bit tighter. And now you have stuff like iron and other types of heavier, denser elements, and it expanded back out, and that balloon expanded, and it breathed back into that balloon, but not quite as full, because now all of that stuff was getting condensed, and that matter didn't take up as much space, because now it was less energy and it was more dense condensed matter. And so then that expanded and blew out and in and out and turned into planets, and all these vibrations kept winding tighter and tighter and tighter and more complex, because now instead of just being a frayed little rope, now it's a complex rope that's tied to some kind of unique braid or unique knot, and then you can tie these little ropes all together into a cargo net or a web or a mosaic of life that we're putting together. And we're just within this expansion of this balloon. And, you know, a flattened balloon that has all of the expansion of energy just turned to a singularity laying on the table, you know, that's no fun. The fun is in the journey of this balloon, the playing with this balloon, the game of this balloon. And so it's following Fibonacci, and we're on this blow of this, and it's all just energy around us, and we're expanding in this balloon. And so anyway, life's a party. Have a good time.